Hey, oh, here's one. I was thinking just now, why do people argue so much over this flat Earth thing when it's irrelevant? Because earlier I said it's irrelevant, didn't I? It doesn't matter whether it's flat or round. It doesn't affect our life. We still go to work. We still go on holiday. Whatever the shape the Earth is, we still carry on. Right. So I was saying, no, it doesn't matter, does it? So from our point of view, as in humans active, working, living life, from average normal people who aren't, I don't know, rocket scientists and that, it doesn't matter, does it? But from a different point of view, it means the world, and I'd like to explain that. So, to be quite clear, I don't have an opinion on what shape the Earth is. There we go. However, if the Earth is round, okay, and everything else in space is round, everything around us is the same as us, isn't it? If everything's round, okay, or circular, not flat, circular. Sphere, that's the one, sphere. So everything's the same, yeah? Well, like me frog, hold on. So yeah, everything's the same. We're all round. And that's the common conception, the Earth's round, or sphere. So now that we've all had time to think about how round we are compared to everything else, and we're exactly the same, we're all a sphere, right? And I've dragged it on purpose. I wanted everyone to just go, yeah, this is it, yeah, it's obvious, just move on, and then it's firmly concreted in your mind. So the point I want to make is, we're exactly the same as everything else. There's nothing special about us, is there? If we're just the same as everyone else, we're just on a planet that's round. There's nothing special about our planet. It just happens to have an environment that we can live in. Nothing special at all. Just carry on living your daily lives, going to work and earning tax. Nothing to see here. There's nothing special about this planet. That's why it's round. There's nothing else to explore. That's why it's round. So there's no point anyone trying to explore anywhere, because there's nothing to explore because it's round. You'll just come back on yourself and you'll have a waste of time, and you spent all that money, so there's no point doing it. Don't do it. Just carry on, keep your head down, go to work, earn tax, and then go home, watch the news and get scared. And then when you're scared, you're not going to be thinking about other things that we actually don't really want you to think about, are you? You're going to be thinking about all the news that we're using to scaremonger you, when actually everyone's actually friends all over the whole earth. We're just doing it to keep our power. If everyone's friends all over the whole earth, all the powerful people of the countries, and then all they do is scaremonger the people, like George Orwell's 1984, it keeps everyone into control, doesn't it? Because now we're all worried about nuclear war. We're not thinking, hold on, and maybe they're all friends and they're all doing this, we're completely victims in this, and they're all, because like I found out Nestle and Cadbury's, aren't they owned by the same people or something? There's a lot of firms out there, like Kellogg's and other ones, isn't there? There's a lot of firms out there that are the competition. And I always thought, that's clever. If you're going to go up again, if you're going to have competition, why not buy it out and be the competition? And if you're the competition, you can regulate the prices, the flow, the quality. You can meet demand, or you could withhold it to make the prices go higher. There's no you are the competition, you see. So it'd be the same as this. If all the world leaders were in conjunction with each other, there's no competition for them. So right now, the whole world thinks that they're enemies, but they're actually friends, okay? Right now, they can do anything. Each one can tell their country different things. It doesn't matter if they slag off other countries who are actually the leaders, who are actually their friends. Let's keep the demeanour where everyone's at war. Like George Orwell's 1984. Everyone's at war. Don't think about anything else apart from keeping your head down. Keep your head down, keep working. You've got loads of distractions. You've got nightclubs, you've got you've got golf, you've got fishing. There's so many more distractions. Just keep your head down. Don't think about what's really going on, you know, and just every now and then pop your head up and keep watching the news, and where we're going to keep scaremongering you. How many scary things have been on the news in the last 5 years? How many times have you watched the news and you've gone, well, that's it then, isn't it? That's the end of the world. Asteroids. COVID. Everyone needs to get jabs. Everyone needs to get jabs. Get your jabs. Get your jabs. You'll die. You need to get. And you've been jabbed. Oh, right. I feel like naming and shaming you. I might ring someone up and tell them you need to get jabbed, mate. You need to get jabbed. 2 years later, I've got COVID again. Oh, I thought you had all the jabs. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of came back. Okay. So you've had the jabs. You've had your boosters, and now you're regularly getting COVID. Well, yeah, but you know, it's probably not as bad as it would have been. Okay, well, I've never had any jabs, and I've never had nothing, and I carried on going to work, and I just carried on as normal because I don't believe in it. And I've had nothing, absolutely nothing. My mum and dad have had jabs galore, and they've had COVID 3 times. Everyone I know who keeps getting COVID has had all their jabs. Okay. Now, hey, we all like movies, don't we? Like, what do you think of Jamie Foxx? He's good, isn't he? Good, isn't he? I like it. As you know, I actually kind of prefer him in real life on interviews. He's like me, isn't he? He's off his head. He's ace. But you know, he really struggled with COVID. He had the jabs, and they nearly killed him. And luckily he survived. And this was when COVID was kicking off. I bet you're asking yourself, why didn't I hear about that? Why wasn't it on the news that this really popular, very good, talented movie star has nearly been killed from COVID? That's crazy. You know, when other people die, you know, Matthew Perry, he was all over the news. All these big people, you know, all these people are over the news. And then there's other people who aren't on the news who are famous, like that wrestler who did that terrible thing with his family, and obviously now he's not mentioned because of the terrible thing that he did. So you've got famous people who are mentioned when they're dead, and you've got famous people who aren't mentioned when they're dead, and the reason they're not mentioned is because of what they've done. So why wasn't Jamie Foxx mentioned more, saying that he's had an adverse reaction to COVID? Why wasn't it all over the media? Why wasn't it in every newspaper? Why wasn't it everywhere like all the other stuff was? And the answer, the conclusion I come to is, someone decides how much to publicise something and not. And the reason they do that is because there's an agenda that they either want to promote or you know, not harm. So whatever's being promoted is what the agenda's, you know, working towards. But when everyone's get told to get jabs, and you have to leave your workplace, and you have to quit the army if you don't have it, and you do all that, and then you end up getting COVID. What? Could everyone just wake up, please? Honestly, I'm getting bored of this. Could everyone just wake up, please? I'm not being horrible, just wake up. I'm awake. I've been awake for ages. I've been awake since I was a child. I've noticed stuff like this all the time. You know, years ago, right, when I was a child, it started from when I was a child. I looked out the window and I remember this clearly. The house, the roof was on fire. Like all the books that I've been shown of fire. And I went, that roof's on fire, right? And my mum and dad went, stop it, don't be silly. And I went, the roof's on fire, right? And I'm looking out the window at this roof on fire. And they went, Jason, stop saying things are on fire. And I thought, I haven't said anything else is on fire. And I went, okay, right? And I walked off, and I clearly remember 2 seconds later going, oh, look, that roof's on fire. And even as a kid, I'm like, really? You know, and I was like 5. Even then, I'm like, really? You think? You know, I think that's where my sarcasm came from. Yeah, no one ever listens. It's probably the way I say things, because I'm eccentric. I think